Hello everyone, welcome to William in the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have John. John is from London in England, in the UK. So let's see what John has to say. Enjoy the interview. So hello John, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm all good. A wonderful day. Nice and sunny for once.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
We've got to make the most of it around here, haven't we?
Absolutely. So tell me, how was your day today?
Yeah, it's been all right. I had to go work today, keeping busy. Monday's always busy at work. So obviously I work for the council. So when you go in Monday, everything's waiting for you when you go in. It's always fun and games when you go in. But yeah, it was all right. The weather helps, as I said. Got me through the day today.
So tell me a little bit about your job. What do you do for work?
I work for Camden Council, so I'm a caretaker. So I look after a certain area. I've got a place, it's called Holly Lodge. You've got about 8 blocks. Basically, you've got to maintain them, repairs, cleaning, everything. It's all your job. And deal with any complaints, any issues, you've got to deal with it all.
Amazing. Tell me where you're from, John.
I'm from East London, so I'm actually from Plaistow, East London. Born and bred East End boy.
Born and raised.
Yeah, born and raised a Cockney boy.
So tell me, what was the best part of growing up in East London, in your opinion, when you look back?
When I was younger, I think it was very community-fied. I remember being a kid, you felt kind of free. You know, everyone was working together, everyone got on. And I think we forgot about that now. That community spirit's kind of gone now. But back then, when we was kids, it was very, very community-fied. And everyone knew everyone, everything was fine, you know. And no one worried about too much. So it was a bit more stress-free than it is now.
And when you look back, what's the biggest difference between East London during your time growing up and East London right now? When you think about it, what's the big change?
For me now, it's very hustle and bustle now. It's so it's very crammed now. East London is very busy. When I was younger, it was very laid back. There's always something to do, and you know, as a kid, you had now kids. It's very difficult to try and do what we could do. We could go climbing and do what we wanted to do back then. Now, it's so different. It's lovely, but it's so busy. It's too much hustle and bustle. It's changed a hell of a lot.
Yes, I think London. Actually, when I moved to London, I used to live in Poplar in East London.
Okay, not far from me, yeah.
Yeah, I was there for 4 years, and after moved to Southeast London, and now I'm based in South London. So
Okay.
yeah, I can say that when I arrived straight away East London, that was my first home, my first place in London for sure.
There you go. Lovely people, East London.
Absolutely. And so tell me, when I was checking your profile a little bit on TikTok, John, I could see that you want to be a songwriter and also an author as well, yeah?
Yep.
So walk me through a little bit about this idea or this desire that you always wanted.
Well, it's actually what happened 9 months ago. Obviously, I had a bit of a breakdown myself, I had a mental health breakdown, and I think it was a frustration not actually finding out what I wanted to do, and I found it hard to open up about what I wanted to do. So during that time, I actually went and got help, obviously, and I started going to men's groups. And going to these men's groups, I think for me as a man, seeing other men suffer from the same thing, I started realising we're all in a community, but we're just scared to open up. And it made me, something like lit a fire underneath me, made me realise, you know what, I actually want to write about this, because so many men that I know, especially coming from the East End, it's quite a proud area, and men are told to be men, that's it, nothing else. And I started, originally I was journaling. So when I started getting frustrated, I used to write things down. All of a sudden, journaling manifested into writing a book, and it just changed how I was. I mean, I wrote the book in 9 months.
Wow.
And I've got about 30, 40 songs that I've wrote. All these songs, I was on my own at that time, and all I focused on was myself, and writing became my therapy, really.
Amazing.
And being 43 years old, it takes a long while to find out what you're supposed to be doing. And I started realising that's what I want to do. And to get a book published, it's a massive achievement for myself, because having a breakdown, being dyslexic, all these things stop you. And at the end, I thought, no, nothing's going to stop me now. I need to change. I've got 2 beautiful kids. I need to get myself right, focus on me. And that's what I've done. I went to different groups for 9 months, men's groups, and I started going all with mental health and having a chat with them. And I found out that a lot of things with men is they're scared to open up and say how they really feel, not embracing the vulnerability or their flaws. They're all scared to say how they really feel. And I want to change that narrative. That's what I've been looking at trying to do.
That's amazing, John. That's amazing that you want to use your experience, based your experience, to help other people as well.
Exactly.
I think it's amazing, and of course, all of us men You know, it's a cultural thing that, as you said, you've been raised to be a man. You haven't been raised to cry, to talk about feelings, you know, to share, emotions. It's all about be a man, being strong. But actually, a big sign of being strong when you ask for help, when you look for help.
Exactly what
That's
it
that's when it shows, okay, I'm a strong man. I even got goosebumps now saying that because it's very powerful, I think. But
is. Right.
I understand. I think, as I said, it's a cultural thing, and I think people like you open up and talking about somehow is helping other people as well. Because
Yeah.
men watch this interview, they're gonna go like, oh, if he can, being vulnerable, why I
Yeah.
cannot
I
be
think
as well?
what it is, William. I think what I'm trying to say to people is that with men, it's a case of if you bury something and never talk about it, that's where your problem starts because it festers inside, and you start finding that you don't find your true self. And
Absolutely.
being vulnerable and opening up is actually part of being a human being. And men are allowed to have them feelings. And I'm trying to change that. That's all I'm trying to say to people. And all men that I've seen just want someone to listen.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, it's not easy being a man. It's we have our struggles as well. We have our, way. And if you cannot talk about, if you cannot open up, it makes it even worse because you're gonna keep everything in, and one point, it might explode in a way that you're not
Exactly.
expecting and you don't know how to handle it. So,
That's what happened to me. I actually exploded and I actually went down a path where I nearly took my own life. And I actually stopped myself with looking at a picture of my kids. I realised I needed here and things need to
absolutely
change. You know?
amazing, amazing. Right, John. So before we start our journey, Will in the Magic Box, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself, or maybe something that not many people know about you.
Oh, I think now I've opened up. I think people don't realise about me. Obviously, it's come out recently. Just I like to write poetry, and it's something that I have kept pretty quiet only recently.
Okay,
And being that East End man, as we just spoke about, and coming across all manly, poetry comes across in a certain way to some men, and it's actually something that I've embraced, and it's obviously changed the way I look at things now.
amazing, very good, interesting for sure. John, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
Sorry,
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey
I'm
through your
ready.
life? Yes.
I'm ready.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So I've got him a best friend. Of random fun questions, okay? I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. Right, so before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, some reason you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Cool.
First question for you is, what is the best gift have ever received and why you consider that?
My two children. That's
I
the
knew
best gift
you
ever. The best thing you can ever have. Most rewarding job in the world. Hard, but the most rewarding job in the world.
Wow. How old are your kids?
My son's 18 and my daughter's 13.
Wow. So tell me, through this beautiful journey since you became a dad, what's the most memorable lesson you've learned from your kids?
I think with my kids, they've shown me that unconditional love. No one loves you more than your kids will ever love you. And sometimes, no matter how down you get or how the world can be hard on you, your
Mhm.
kids will always look at you the same way. They love you no matter what. And it's something that keeps you going. And that should be something you use as as a positive to go through each day.
Absolutely. And what's the biggest joy of being a dad?
Watching them grow, watching them learn, and just watching them become their own little people, watching them grow up and start coming out who they're going to be in the world and knowing that you played a part in that is a big, big
Absolutely.
deal.
Oh, very sweet. Very sweet. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, John from London. Next question is, what does success mean to you?
Oh, I think for me, success is being other people being proud of me, I suppose. For me, looking like right now, if I've been honest with you, I've never seen my family more prouder of me than they are now.
Wow.
And bearing in mind, coming from, I told you, where I was 9 months ago to now, to see what a difference it's made, it means a lot. Watch their everyone just seems a bit more happier with me, and they like the path that I'm on, and that's the good part. As long as I like pleasing other people, but watching my family and blessing my kids, I'm over the moon about that. That
Wow,
success for me is knowing that they're proud of me.
that's amazing. And tell me, when you think about yourself, when you analyze yourself, John, what's the biggest joy of being John? What do you like the most about being you?
I think I it took a while to find the joy, but I feel like I make people happy when I'm around them, and I forgot about that. Most people I've met, like you've always said, that the way I talk and the positivity that I bring, especially now, especially writing after what I've done, people have always said you always bring out the best in us, and it's nice to see that people actually. I mean, I never noticed that till people started telling me, because
Wow,
I think people pleasing has been something that I like to do. It brings
wow.
me great happiness doing that.
And you always been this way, John, this way of being approachable, like very friendly with people.
Yeah, I have. I'm always. I think it's the culture. East End is very friendly people. We're generally known to be friendly and a bit of banter that we like to give people. But in general, I'll go out of my way to make sure that you're okay. Are you fitting in or you're okay? It's always been there. But obviously, with that, unfortunately, with time, I forgot about myself. That's why I had to refocus and get myself back to where I was now. But remember the good parts of you. Never change the good parts of you.
Absolutely. And I believe as well that, we need to look after ourselves first before
Yeah,
we look after anybody else,
that's
because you
it.
need to be fit or stable or happy or sad as well,
Hmm.
vulnerable. We need to understand ourselves to be able to help others and also to be able to be there for them. That's how I
Exactly.
see it.
It starts with loving yourself. Then you can start realizing what you need in your life. Then.
Absolutely. And do you feel like that you are living your best life right now, your best self right now?
Right now is the best I've ever been. I mean, I lost a lot to be fair, but I'm building it all back, and I feel like I'm the man I need to be now. And I like the man that I am. It's liking me, like you said, liking yourself. And I get up in the morning and I'm smiling. It took a long
Oh,
while to get there.
amazing. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, John, next question is, I think this one is going to be very easy. If you could spend the entire day with a family member, who that would be and why?
Well, it's gonna be my kids, obviously. You know, every minute with my kids is precious. If I was gonna throw a little different one, I lost my mum and dad. They both passed away to cancer quite young.
Okay.
Have a day with them to see what they think what I'm doing now would be it'd make my day. You know, just to know that they're proud of me. I think that would be something I would like. Losing them
Wow.
quite young played a big part in my mental health going downhill. So yeah,
Wow. What's the biggest difference between you and your kids and the biggest similarity?
they're both stubborn like me, so they've got that part. But they're a lot. I don't know where they get it from. They're quite relaxed. I wish I could be like them. They're very chilled out. I'm
Uh-huh.
always second guessing things. They're pretty relaxed. Just or even come speaking to you, my son was like, just chill. And I was like, how can you like just be like that? Because I get a little bit worked up, a little bit agitated. They're very
Uh-huh.
relaxed under pressure. I wish I could take that off of them. I really do.
But
It's a
enough
good
you come
quality.
but enough you come across a very relaxing person. I can feel like, you know what I mean? Of course you have this energy as well, but I don't know, there is something quiet about yourself when you talk, this calm. I don't know, I think your son, it's giving you this energy to you.
I think he does. Yeah, he passes it on to me always. When I need it, he gives me it. I think.
Amazing. Next question, let's do it. For the next question, we've been talking about mental health, yeah? So in your opinion, yeah, what is the biggest cause of mental health nowadays? What do you think that people are suffering a lot, that is affecting a lot of people?
I think there's a lot of factors that have gone on. I think obviously COVID played a massive part in the bigger decline of it, being locked away, and a lot of people realised they had issues. But also, I think it is the lack of support. People find it hard to talk, and they feel like they're a burden on people. And I think it builds up and builds up. That's why a lot of people remain quiet, and it's something that we've got to change. You know, everyone's got a voice; they're entitled to talk. And if you feel down, you're allowed to speak. And it's something that I think plays a big part. Is the way in the country portrays mental health. People are too scared to speak. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why we've got a lot of people that suffer in silence. Really,
Absolutely. growing up and even as a teen, let's say 10 years ago, I would say I never heard about the word mental health before. That's the way, nowadays you hear a lot, you see everywhere. Why do you think nowadays, people talk more about it, people are more open? Do you think it's social media or people
I
are
think
more open?
social media's played a massive, massive part in it and it's highlighted that it's there. But unfortunately, we are losing a lot of young people to suicide. And I think it's been highlighted the last few years. It's getting really, really bad. And it shows you that this thing is here. There's something that needs to be addressed and changed.
Hmm. I think it's too fast. The word right now is too quick. The information it comes all together, and sometimes you cannot follow it properly and digest the whole information, understanding.
It's very hard to gauge things in this world right now. You've got to really be able to focus. You ain't got time to do that sometimes. Like you said, the world is never ending. It carries on moving and moving and moving. I think sometimes the whole world needs to slow down a little bit and start appreciating. We've got to be a little bit more kinder.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think kindness is something that, very easy to give away, to be kind. And somehow it comes back to us as well in a double proportion.
It does, definitely.
Easy. Next question is, if you could be an animal, which one that would be and why?
Would I be
an animal? Which one?
An animal. I'd have to be a lion. I'm a Leo. I think my mum told me something years ago that I wasn't here to follow, I was here to lead. And I took that because my mum said, obviously I talk quite a lot. My mum said, you're like a lion of your pack. You like to be at the front. And I do, in a way, especially with family and friends. I will take the lead and I will defend you. I think I've got that lion in my heart. I think I've even got the lion on my hand, as you can see.
I was about to say.
That's it. So it's a big deal.
That's
a lion to me.
Yeah,
a lion to me is like a father protecting its pack. That's what lions do, and I think that's where I get that from. And I think the beard I'll fit it in as well.
Did you always have a long beard like that?
You know what? No, I didn't. It was only like the last 5-6 years.
Wow.
You fancy a change?
Absolutely, yeah. And is the only tattoo you have, or you have other tattoo as well?
I've got my kids. Oh, I get it. I've got my kid on my arm. So that's my son Mickey, and then my daughter Kira.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
How old were you when you had this lion in your hands?
I was 41 when I got the lion done.
So it's quite recent.
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
I see. Okay. Ready for another question?
I'm ready. I'm ready when you are.
Do it. Next one. Next question for you is, which question you don't have an answer for?
What question? I think we've all got the same answer. What happens when we die? None of us know what to say. I know it's a mad one, but no one knows what to say. But we don't. It's the biggest mystery of the world.
And in your opinion, what do you think it happened? Do you have like a guess, or what do you think about it?
If I had to guess, I'd say our souls go to where we say heaven. I like to think that. I like that thought of seeing all the loved ones that we've lost up there. That's the sort of positive thing that I think in my mind, that at some point I'll see everyone that I've lost and we can reconnect, and then we go on to the next part.
Talking about dying, about going to another world, leaving this world, it's something that bothers you, scares you, or for you just see it as a matter of life?
It used to scare me, and I think after I lost my parents, I think that you get an acceptance that this is life. Horrible as it is, life just carries on, and unless you get stuck there, you've got to move with it. And unfortunately, that's the hardest part. And again, you've got to also grieve for them people as well. Don't make sure you celebrate them and you miss them, and have your little moments. But then you carry on moving through life. Take it bit by bit.
I think the only thing we know for sure it's about that we're gonna get there one day, all of us.
Yeah, of course, yeah. All of us are going to happen. It's the one guarantee that we know.
And life is so far quick as well, isn't it? My God, like I remember growing up. I remember Christmas took so long to arrive. My birthday took ages.
Everything is long.
Nowadays, blink of eyes, it's already Christmas.
I think once I hit 25, got to 30, everything went too quick. And I remember saying I'm 40 now. It's like, oh wow, where did the time go? Like you said, waiting for Christmas as a kid was like a real long wait. You gave your little shopping list to your mum and dad, what you wanted, you had to wait and wait. It took so long. Now, I'll talk to you, it'll be Christmas before I know it. Oh, Christmas is here again. Like, here we go again. I think it's just life. It's gone too quick. Life's going so fast. Even you don't realise years go so fast. My mum and dad told me years ago that watch how quick time goes by. You don't actually realise until you get older.
Absolutely, that's so true. Next question. Before the next one, tell me a little bit about your TikTok page. Yeah, tell me the idea. When do you decide to open your account and connect with people?
Well, when I wrote the book, I've obviously was promoting it, and I thought I needed to find a way of doing it. And someone said to me, "Go on TikTok and just start on it." So I started, but also I thought I'll use it as a platform to be honest about mental health, from a men's perspective, what we go through and how hard it is, and try and reach out to other men that obviously are probably in the same boat, all being quiet. And I've done it and got quite a big response from it. And obviously I started getting brave to go live, which is very hard to do, but I've done that as well. And then the books, to be honest with you, the last week or so, it's gone really well. The book's starting to get noticed now. And obviously the slogan that I use is being used quite a lot.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So your book is already published already, your book?
Yeah, I've got it here. I can show you it.
Please, show me, tell me a little bit about it. So
it's called It's Time to Open Up, Not Man Up.
I love that. It's time to open up, not man up. Oh my God, I love it. Wow.
Basically, I break down every little bit. So basically I start talking about vulnerability, toxic masculinity. I break every little subject down that men find really hard to talk about. And I try to put it in an East End form that makes sense, very to the point, but very honest. And try and encourage men that we are allowed to speak about these things. And I break it down from 31 chapters, basically talking about every single subject that I've gone through that, I feel after 9 months of research and going different groups, talking to all different varieties of men, I took the time to write it all down.
Oh my God, I love that, John. Oh my goodness, I think this book, it's a must read right now. I think all of men, they should read this book, because even though, some men, they feel like they're not ready to talk yet, why not to read a book? Maybe it could be your company.
Yeah, take the book first, have a read, and you might actually wake you up. You might realise that actually I'm allowed to speak about these things,
Amazing. Wow, that's interesting. Next question for you is, what makes you most proud?
Oh, got a mixture of things. Firstly, being a dad, watching my kids, they've grown up into perfect little humans, to be honest with you. They're great kids. I couldn't ask for everything we've gone through. They've still carried on being the wonderful people that they are.
Oh.
And I am very proud of the book. It means a lot to me. And like I said, I used to write a lot, but I throw it in the bin because I was dyslexic. It took nearly 40 years before I actually had the courage to go actually put the pen to paper. And to see it published and actually get the feedback that I've got, I'm beyond words with that at the moment. It's lifted me up massively.
That's amazing.
This years ago, I wouldn't even talk to anyone. Even though I got the talk, I can chat. I was too scared.
Wow. And I think every artist, they go through those, those time in their lives where they have everything there, but somehow is holding them back. And I believe everything happened at the right time. You know what I mean? Meant to happen right now for you.
All about time, all about timing. Always has been.
As I can see your eyes shining when you talk about your kids, I would like you to send them a message right now. They are watching this interview right now. You have opportunity to send them a message. What would you say?
Oh, Mickey and Kira, you're my world. You're the reason that I get up every day. You're the reason that I wrote the book, and you are the reason that I live and breathe. You make me the man I am today, and I love you so much.
Oh my God, beautiful. That's sweet. 3 questions left. Let's do it.
No worries.
Hey, John, next question is, how would your best friends describe yourself?
Best friend describe me? I'll say loyal, a bit loud, loving. I'm always there when you need me. They'll say that, but I'm very stubborn. Everyone will say the same word. Very, very stubborn. Very stuck in my ways. But if you need me, they know I'll be there, no matter what.
And the best friends, they live as well in East London, or they live in different parts?
I grew up, my friend. We pretty much grew up together, which is an East End thing. The people you grow up with, you normally stay with. I've literally got 3 or 4 friends now that I've known for nearly 30, 40 years now. And I stick with the same group. I'm very loyal to what I know. Don't need too many, just need the right ones.
Absolutely. And stubborn. Two questions left. Let's
No
do it.
worries, mate.
Before the next question, tell me, when you start writing your book, what for you, what was the most difficult part for you to, to get it done until the end? And the second part of the question is, what was the most enjoyable part?
I think the hardest part was actually writing about my darkest part when I was in that place where I didn't want to be here. And I had to stop and start that many times because the words didn't seem enough. That makes sense. And then when you wrote them down, it still didn't quite feel like you was doing it enough justice to tell people how bad it actually is. I think most people have been there can say to you, it's very hard to put that into writing. The best part was actually writing the end and thanking everyone that's helped me and actually saying to my kids that we've done it. I've done a book, and it's an achievement that I never would have thought about all them years ago.
And I'll tell you something now, John, the book you wrote, it's going to be live forever because people, they can, new generation is going to come, new people are going to come, and the book is going to be always there ready for them because, it's something that's all of us we face right now, but something that's people, it doesn't matter where they come from, it doesn't matter how they've been raised. It's they need to have support, and I'm sure your book, it's a good support for that. So
that's what it's all about. It's just helping people try and get through. There might be something there that might just help you on that day.
Amazing. Okay, next question for you is, what is a significant event that has changed you?
Yeah, it's got to be my breakdown, because I lost pretty much everything through that breakdown, because so many people thought I was just, as I said, this lovely, strong man no one realises that I was flawed inside and I was hurting from things that had gone on that I never spoke about. And that was a massive, not wanting to be here, to actually looking up your kids' picture saying, I've got to stay here, was a bigger battle than people realise. And I got up and I've done something about it. And my life changed that day. I made sure I changed it, because sometimes you do need a reality check. You need to wake up. And that's what I needed.
And when was the moment when you were literally down there, that you're really down, that you completely didn't see any light? What happened that for you that you went like, okay, I need to do something about it?
I passed out from taking the tablets, and I woke up to finish the job, and my phone flashed up. It was like a message from God. Look at the phone. And it's a picture of both my kids. And
wow.
For some weird reason, my whole body went cold, and what are you doing? What are you doing? You're needed here. Well, everyone's got a purpose on here, you just got to go and find it.
Wow.
And my purpose was my kids, and then I found my purpose later on.
That's brilliant. Wow, amazing. Ready for the last question now?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Next one. Before the last question, people watch this interview right now, they would like to read your book, they would like to to go through it. In your opinion, what's the message that would you like people to take with them when they read your book?
For me, the book is just to show that no one's alone. Everyone should be allowed to have a voice. Everyone should be able to speak up. No one should be sitting there suffering in silence. The book just makes you feel like I'm allowed to speak to my wife, my kids, my friends, and whoever it might be, and say that I'm struggling, or I'm upset, I want to cry. That book should be something where you look at it and go, do you know what? Yeah, I can do this. I'm allowed to do this.
Wow, amazing. Last question is, what is the most romantic thing someone has ever done for you?
Oh, romantic thing. Wow. Trying to think now.
I got this spot now, yeah? You're very quick answering.
Yeah, I think it'd have to be, see, I'm pretty simple. I think my wife, we're separated at the moment, we're still talking, but we're working through, but she's done some lovely things for me. She took me out for a meal once at Christmas.
Oh.
For our anniversary. That meant a lot. And we didn't go out much because we were both always working with the kids. And I don't think it was beautiful, cold, not proper Christmas night. And I think it meant more to me than she actually realised. Walking around and just being us, I think meant a lot. I think I found it very romantic, but being that sort of man, I keep it quiet. But it meant a lot. It did.
Absolutely.
It's just a normal walking along the River Thames. It's so romantic at night, especially at Christmas.
There's no more romantic thing, walking the Thames. Wow, imagine how romantic he is.
Yeah,
Sometimes Now you realize at the time sometimes it was just a walk, but nowadays you can see that walk meant a lot for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Amazing. Okay, so the yet, let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay?
Okay.
Let's start with money.
Trouble.
Fear.
Resilience.
Family.
Love.
Life.
Live it.
One word for love.
Love. Passion.
Politics.
I'll be swearing in a minute. Doesn't interest me.
Okay. Sex.
Again, I'll go back to passion.
Okay. Religion.
Open-minded.
Okay. Friendship.
Togetherness.
Desire.
Lust.
Regret.
I think I've got too many. That's a word I find really hard, believe it or not.
Success.
I can't think of a word. Success. I don't know, it's gone. I just can't think of one for that one.
Problem. Wish.
Wish. Thoughtful.
Happiness.
Family.
One word for London.
Oh, I'll say my world.
England. One word.
Home.
One word for author.
Alpha. Male.
Amazing. Mental health. One word.
Change.
Amazing. Just let me see your book again, just for me to get right the name of your book. Just for me to get. So one word for it's time to open up, not to man up.
Yep, that's it.
One word for it.
Oh, one word for it. Oh. Oh, so many words I could use for it. Inspirational.
Amazing. Okay. So let's pretend now I'm going to meet your kids, yeah? And I'm going to ask them, define your dad in one positive word and one negative word only. What they would say?
I'd say loving
and
temperamental. And that's being nice about it.
Stubborn.
Stubborn, most definitely.
Let's play now, John, in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. Okay, John, you can ask me a question now.
Right, William, other than what you're doing now, what is something that you're passionate about that no one knows about?
Great question. Wow. Oh my God. It's difficult because people who knows me very well, they know that I love doing the show. They love that I love going to the cinema. But something that people don't know. Wow. Great question. Put me in the spot. Wow. Okay, I'm trying to find other thing, but the first thing that's coming to my mind right now, it's to spend time on my own. I love spending time on my own. That's something about my own company. I'm Scorpio on astrology, yeah, my star sign. And there is something about it, Scorpio, that they love their own company.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And for me, it's don't get me wrong, I love being with people, I love being with friends, I love being social with people, but I need my own space, you know. I remember when I arrived in London, I had a very good group of friends. We were very close. We were always going out and spend time together. And I remember sometimes when we were going out or, you know, doing barbecue, and people, they were like, oh, William, just stay here. There is a bedroom. You can just sleep here. I said, no, I need to go home. They were like, why? I said, I don't know. I need to, it's something about, and it's funny because they used to make a joke with me. Like when I was going out, then they were like, okay, William, it's time to go home now.
Yeah, going on now. Yeah, I got you.
they knew. So yeah, it's something that not many people know about me. It's that I enjoy, spend some time with myself. Like I like being on my own.
Yeah, but that is nice. I think your own company is special. Once you work out your own company, you're fine. You know
Absolutely.
what you need to know what you want, you know? I get
Sometimes sometimes you need to be careful as well because you can spend too much time on your
Yeah, you've
own.
got
And
to balance it out. Yeah, I've got you. You've got a 50-50.
yeah,
You've got to work it out.
I,
Yeah, most
I
definitely.
learned that. Yeah, I learned that. That's but nowadays I'm more, sociable than I was before. When I was younger, let's say 10 years ago, I was literally spend more time on my own more than ever. So now I can. But now it's difficult for me not to be on my own because I have the magic box with me all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's good.
Did you enjoy the interview, John?
I loved it. It was very nice. You know, it's the first one I've done. And obviously, I mean, I want to thank you, obviously, for inviting me on and appreciate what you're doing. It means a lot. And I think you're helping
Oh,
everyone get out there and get their voice out there. It means a hell of a lot. And hopefully,
amazing.
more people start listening to us all.
Thanks so much. I would like to say thank you to you as well, not just for being part of the show, but also to share your story and to help people because writing your book again, it's a way of helping people. And actually, I would love to read your book, and I'm gonna get your book as well to give to a good friend of mine, and I think this book is gonna help him a lot.
Thank
I
you very
already
much.
get
I appreciate that. That's lovely. Thank you.
I'll get in my mind. Before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
I'm going to say it from the book. It's time to open up, not man up. You know, it's a big deal. And I'll keep saying it to get everyone out there. We need to start talking about mental health, especially men.
I mean, let's say now someone is watching this interview right now, and for one reason or another, they are struggling about open up. What would be your best piece of advice for this person?
For me, I would say, firstly, don't ever think you're alone because you're not. There's a big network out there. It's just that you need to break that step. You need to just go somewhere or speak to someone, whether it be a stranger, a friend, whatever. Just break that ice because believe it or not, people will listen when you speak. Don't be scared. Once you open up, you'll feel so much better. That weight will come off your shoulders and they can probably help you and point you in the right direction. Don't suffer in silence.
Amazing. Very good. Thanks so much. Regards to your kids and your family and your friends, and you keep in touch. Okay, it was a pleasure. Okay, John.
No worries.
Take care. Okay. Thanks so
Take care
much.
of yourself.
Night.
Thanks a
Take
lot.
care.
Yeah. Thank you. Look after yourself. Right,
You
bye.
too.
Right,
Bye.
bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.